Imagine a man sitting alone in the whole world, with only a kangaroo with him. Our story today is something like this. The story begins, a man named Yu was going towards the moon sitting in a rocket. But then a big asteroid named Pi turned towards the Earth. This asteroid was even bigger than the asteroid that had destroyed the dinosaurs. Now to save themselves, humans made a plan. The space station in which Yu was going on the moon was prepared for this purpose. It had many dangerous and modern weapons, with the help of which the asteroid would be destroyed and its debris would be pulled away from the Earth by the gravity of the moon. After 8 years of continuous hard work, humans succeeded in this mission. Now, after the completion of the mission, Yu and all his companions were ready to return to Earth. But before returning, Yu wanted to express his love to his commander Zink. For this, he went to his room, put on headphones and started writing a letter. At that time, an astronaut named Shu came in a panic to give Commander Jink a piece of news. Actually, something went wrong with their weapons at the last moment. In the next half an hour, all the debris of the Pi asteroid was going to fall on the moon. On receiving this news, Commander Jink immediately gave orders to evacuate the space station. After this, everyone started running towards their rockets at full speed. But Yu was still busy writing his love letter, and due to the headphones in his ears, he did not hear any warning alarm. After a few minutes, he saw the first rocket, seeing which he ran towards the station at full speed. At that time there were 6 more rockets present there, seeing which Yu got some relief. But then suddenly 5 rockets flew together, after which Yu was left with only one last rocket. He made several unsuccessful attempts to contact his team, but then when he saw no other option, he started driving his rover at full speed. But then a huge crater came in his way and his rover fell straight into it. By the time he was able to get out of that crater, the last rocket had also flown. By now, asteroid debris had started falling on that place. To escape from this, Yu thought of hiding in another crater, but then some part of the debris came straight and fell into that crater, due to which Yu fainted for a while. When he regained consciousness, he believed that it would not be very difficult to find him from the Earth. But then a huge asteroid went straight and hit the Earth, and the whole Earth was destroyed. For the next 6 months, Yu kept trying to contact the Earth, but when he did not succeed, he accepted his fate. Luckily, he had enough food and water to live the rest of his life. After paying tribute to all the martyrs, Yu decided to fulfill all his wishes, the first of which was to spend some time in Commander Zink's room. But he did not know the password to Zink's room. Then his second wish was to surf on the surface of the moon. Initially, he kept falling down very badly, but after trying continuously for several days, he managed to surf. But he still did not get the password to Zink's room. And now in anger, he blew up that door. After which he decided to go on a date with a photo of Zink. During that time, accidentally ketchup fell on Zink's face, and taking advantage of this opportunity, he kissed Zink's photo. But he was unaware that at that time the entire team of the space station was watching him from their new headquarters. Seeing this action of his, everyone started turning their faces. On the other hand, Zink was completely surprised to see this, but due to network failure, she was only able to see him at that time. Since Yu did not seem to be in any dangerous trouble, Zink decided to cancel Yui's rescue mission. Then Chairman Dong told him that the government had decided to show Yui's new life to the whole world in the next 30 days. Actually, after the asteroid hit the Earth, 30% of the land was submerged in water, due to which the lives of all the people had completely changed. Now the government wanted to instill a new hope in the people through Yu, that look, this man is stuck alone, yet he is living life. But astronaut Ju did not consider Yu capable of this work, on which Zink told him that people are going to dub Yui's voice and present it to the world, so that they can make him say things as per their wish. After this, Zink presented a false story of Yu to the world through radio, according to which he had left his seat in the rocket to save the crew member. Along with this, Zink also told the world about the broadcast of Yui's new life. On the other hand, after 196 days, one day Yu went to the warehouse to get his medicine, and a voiceover artist named Flutist was called to the headquarters to dub Yui's voice, but he was not given any script. This time when Yu reached the warehouse, he saw a new and unknown thing, which initially Yu thought to be a girl and started talking to her. But as soon as he reached near it, he saw that it was a strong kangaroo. At the same time, when the live streaming was started, the camera went straight to the face of that kangaroo. And here, unaware of everything, the flutist also started dubbing according to the lips of the kangaroo. Jink tried to stop the flutist, but by then it was too late and many people had seen this thing. Because of this mistake, Jink and Shu had to appear before the chairman, where they told him that their research team had left a kangaroo named Kangaroo at the base station. And on the other hand, Last was not a real voiceover artist, but an influencer who does voiceover for different things on social media. And after this mistake, Zink decided that instead of dubbing the video, they will tell it like a story. On the other hand, Yu took the form of a female kangaroo to call the kangaroo to him in the spaceship, but as soon as the kangaroo came to know about his reality, he started beating you, seeing which Flute started laughing loudly. After this, Zinc took the responsibility of all the mistake on himself, and then he got another news that a fighting match was going to take place between the kangaroo and you in the spaceship. After this, everyone started watching that match very carefully, but then the kangaroo showed his strength and punched you and knocked him unconscious. Seeing his condition, Zinc tried to talk to you, and when he regained consciousness and saw the lines on the communication channel, he started crying with joy. Despite not being able to hear anyone, he was happy that people were still alive on Earth. After making up a mutual compromise, the two of them decided to board their rover and go to a broken Apollo 18 so that they could use it to reach the lunar station. Yes, there was a rocket, which would help them get back to Earth. Meanwhile, Yu put all his energy into finding the lunar dog, who could help him. After this, Yu focused all his attention on rebuilding the spacecraft, which surprised everyone. And when Zinc checked his file, he found out that he was actually a flight dynamics engineer, who was currently working in the maintenance department. On his 282nd day, Yu told him that because of their broken engine, their rover had a weight limit, due to which it would have to leave the kangaroo there and move on. But still, the kangaroo forcibly brought it back to its base. But then Yu remembered that they could use a weapon present here as a prototype engine, but it was very dangerous. Despite this, the kangaroo was ready to support him. Hearing this, astronaut Ju told the whole team that this work can definitely be done, but it was very difficult to bring it to the base before sunset because the prototype engine worked on solar power, and despite 1 day on the moon being equal to 14 days on Earth, even if you kept driving it continuously, it would not be able to reach there. Everyone believed that this work could not be done, but as soon as the sun set, Yu started driving in the opposite direction. Actually, he could not go out of the sunlight because it becomes so cold on the moon as soon as the sun sets that he would die. And seeing this, Jink understood that Yu was going to chase the sun continuously so that he could have a full 41 days. But on the 28th day, the kangaroo and Yu were completely exhausted, and so they tied each other with a rope. And after driving continuously for many days, they finally reached the engine. As soon as they reached there, the kangaroo started pressing a button continuously, but luckily it was not any random button, it was just the engine check button. And because of these dangerous actions of his, Yu locked him inside the cot. After this, both of them left for their base, but on the way, the cot of the kangaroo got separated from the engine, and by the time Yu realized this, a lot of time had passed. Yu knew that if he went back to get the kangaroo, then he could lose the sunlight. Once Yu decided to leave the kangaroo there and move ahead, and everyone was quite surprised to see his action.